Hello guys, welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's move on to the next. Presenting by M. Hasni Priya, 24B01A0596, first year BTech CSE Department, SWEC Bhimavaram. Email ID hasnimogulapu@gmail.com. Under the guidance by Dr. M. Prasad, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE, Sri Vishnu Engineering College, Bhimavaram. The problem statement is write a C program to add two D arrays using functional arguments. Now let's move on to the program. #include stdio.h. It's the header file we have to include. Next, in main, first we have to declare a function in add matrix, and in that we have to give arguments, like we have to take the values of number of rows, number of columns, and the matrix 1 and the matrix 2. So int r, int c, int m1 of the size of the matrix is r-wish. So for randomly I have taken the value of 20. Next, m2 of 20 and 20. Now open parenthesis, and we have to declare variables I, j, and we have to declare the resultant matrix, which gives the sum of the matrix of m1 and m2. The size is same as that of the m1 and m2. Now write the for loop. First we have to display the resultant matrix, so printf resultant matrix. For clear visibility we have to keep /n. Next, the logic. For I equal to 0 to I equal to r, I plus plus, we have to increment the value of I in every step. Next, for j equal to 0, j less than c, j plus plus, we have to increment the j value for every I value, so that the 0th position of the matrix 1 adds up to the 0th position of the matrix 2. So in resultant of I comma j, it is equal to m1 of I j plus m2 of ij. Now we have stored the values in the resultant matrix, but we did not print the matrix. For printing we should write again the logic. Before that we have to close all the parentheses that we have opened. Next, again another for loop we have to write. For I equal to 0, I less than r, I plus plus. Again we have to increment the I value. Next, we have to write an inner loop j equal to 0 to j less than c to j plus plus. Now before we have only calculated the resultant matrix. Now we have to print the resultant matrix. For every increment of I, there is an increment of j. Now we should write the statement printf %d. That data type is integer, so we have to declare the %d and resultant of re of I comma I of j. Now the resultant matrix is printed on the screen. Now we have to close the open parenthesis, and now we have to write the main function. In that main function we have to declare matrices and should transfer the value to the function, then only the function is executed. Int main open brackets close by open parenthesis, we have to declare the matrix 1 and matrix 2. Int m1 of 20, I have randomly decided the size 20 of 20, m2 of 20 comma t 20, and number of rows and columns. For matrix there is row and columns, so I decided to that user has to decide how many rows. So again we have to give variables I comma j for scanning of the matrices. Now we have to know that how user has to define the rows and columns. Next, printf enter how many number of rows and columns. So we are asking user to enter the rows and columns. For this, we have to write the scanf, because the user enters the value by scanning it. So we have to write the statement scanf. The data type is %d, so we have to write %d, ampersand r comma ampersand c. So the values of r and c are scanned by using the scanf statement. Now we have to scan the values of the matrices. So now first we have to enter the printf, enter the elements of matrix 1. We are asking from the user to enter the elements of matrix 1. So we need to write scanf statement. For that, for matrix we have to write a loop to enter all the values. So the loop, for loop we have to write for I equal to 0, I less than r, I plus plus. For every rotation the value of I should be implemented. Next, inner loop for j equal to 0. Next, inner loop for j equal to 0, j less than c, j plus plus. For every value of I, the j should be incremented. For our next scanf statement, the data type is integer, so we have to write %d. Now we are scanning the values, so we have to write ampersand m1 of ij. We have given the ij values in the list, so we have to put I and j in the square brackets. Now we have to close the parenthesis opened by us. Now the values of first matrix are scanned, but the values of second matrix need to be scanned. So we will write the printf statement. Printf, enter the elements of matrix 2. For that, again we have to write the loop using I and j. So we are writing the loop. For printing in next line, I am giving /n. That's need not be necessary, your wish. So for I equal to 0 to I less than r, I plus plus. Again the value of I should be incremented. 0 1 position, 0 2, like that. Next, for every I value j should be increased. So for j equal to 0 to j less than c, j plus plus. For every value of I, j should be incremented. Now we have to write the scanf statement. The data type is integer, so we have to write %d. Scanf %d, we are scanning the elements in the second matrix, so we have to write ampersand m2 of I j. Now we have scanned the values of matrix 1 and matrix 2. Now we have to send these values to the function. From the starting of the program, the main will be executed first. First the scanning will be done. Next, we have to send these values to the matrix. The function is add matrix. We have to send the values of number of rows, columns, and first matrix and second matrix. So we have to write add matrix R, C, M1, M2. Then we give return 0. Next, we have to close the parenthesis. Now the RC values will go into the add matrix function, where we have declared int RC. These values are stored in int RC, M1, and like that. Again, discussion from the matrix. First, we have to declare a function with arguments int R, int C, and matrices. First, we have to perform the addition operation between two matrices 1 and matrices 2. Then we have to store that value in the resultant matrix. Now we have to print the resultant matrix, because is it stored or not we didn't know, so we have to print the resultant matrix. Again, in int function we have to do the scanning of matrix 1 and matrix 2. So matrix 1, matrix 2 are declared. Then we have sent the values to the function, so the function is also executed. Like that, this program is so we are adding two-dimensional arrays using function arguments. We can add without function arguments, but with function arguments it may be easy to understand. Now see the entire program from top to bottom. We are keeping it in the format. It's not necessary also. Now we should have to run the program. First see the program. Is it clear? Matrix declaration and matrix addition. It's a so simple program. First we have to declare a matrix, and then we have to scan both the matrix 1 or matrix 2, and we have give the function argument, so the values will be stored in the function, and the resultant matrix addition is performed, so result can be stored in resultant matrix, and then the resultant matrix is printed on the screen. So we have the user will enter how many rows and how many columns. Now we are running the program. Enter number of rows and columns. I have entered 3 and 3. Enter the elements. I am entering 1, 5, 3, like that values. What you want, you have entered. Now enter the values of matrix. Any random values we have enter 3 rows and 3 columns. Now the resultant matrix will print the sum of index first column, first row elements, first execute line balance. So
Hello everyone, I am Sanjana. I am a student of Computer Science and Engineering. I am currently studying first BTech in Sri Vishnu Engineering College for Women, Bhimavaram. This video is about how to remove punctuation characters from a user enter string. This is under the guidance by Dr. M. Prasad, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, SVCW, Bhimavaram. Okay, in this video let us see the problem, algorithm, logic and output of the program. Firstly, let us see the problem. Here is the problem. Our problem is to remove punctuation characters from a user enter string. That means we have to traverse through each and every character of the string and verify whether it is a punctuation character or not. The default C locale classifies these particular set of characters as punctuations as shown in the slide. Now let us see the algorithm of the program before entering into logic and output. As shown in the slide, algorithm consists of five steps. First step is to start, and the next step is to take the string from user as input, and the next step is to traverse through each and every character of the string and verify if it is a punctuation character or not according to the current C locale shown in the before slide. And the next step is, if a character is a punctuation character, then leave it, or else copy that particular character from input string to output string in order to modify the output string without any punctuation characters. And the next step is to print the output string, and the next step is to stop. Okay, now let us see the logic of the problem. Here is the logic of the program. Firstly, I have included hash include stdio.h. Stdio stands for standard input output. It is a header file that consists of the predefined code of functions like printf and scanf. I do not need any return value from the function, hence I have wrote void main. And next I have declared a character array or a string with name punctuation that consists of all the punctuation characters that are classified by the current C locale as shown before. And next I have declared 3 characters. Out of them 2 are character arrays or strings with name, input and output. I have given a size of 50 to them and a character ch. And next I have declared 4 integer variables with names I, j, k and flag. For 3 variables I, j, k, I have declared I have initialized value as 0. And next I have asked the user to enter a string, and here I have used fgets, right? Let me explain why I have used fgets. Here we can use scanf and gets too, but if we use scanf, if user enters any spaces in the string, then the words next to the spaces are not considered by the scanf. Or else if we can use gets, right? If we use gets has some data overflowing problem, hence I used fgets. We all know that fgets needs 3 types of inputs. First one is name of the string. Unfortunately here name of the string is also input, and the next one is size of the string, that is 100, and the next one is std. And next here I have written while to traverse through each and every character of the string, and next I have initialized flag variable with value as 0, and next I have copied the particular character from the input string to ch. And next here I have written for loop with initialization value as j is equals to 0 and the condition as j less than or equals to 16, and for every begin of the loop j value gets incremented by 1. In that for loop I have written a condition to check whether that particular character matches with any punctuation, that any punctuation may be of any from the punctuation string. If that particular character is any of the punctuation character from the whole string, then flag gets incremented by 1, and I have written break here. We all know that if we use the statement break, then the control losses from that particular loop. I mean here that particular loop is if loop. And next I have written a if condition to verify that that particular character is a punctuation or not. If that particular character is a punctuation, then I told to increment the flag by 1. And then next I have written a break statement, right? I hope you get clarity with this. And next I have written a if condition to verify if flag is 0 or not. What does it means? If that particular character is a punctuation, I told flag to gets incremented by 1, right? If flag is 0, what does it means? Flag has not incremented. That means that particular character is not a punctuation. So if that particular character is not a punctuation, we have to copy it from input string to output string, right? So the same I have wrote here, to copy that particular character from input string to output string if it is not a punctuation character. That means flag has not get incremented. For the loop to traverse through each and every character of the string, I have incremented I. As the loop goes on, k value reaches the end of the string. So I have wrote output of k is equals to /0. As we know that every string ends with the character /0, that is null character. And next I have printed the output string. Okay, now let us run the program and see the output. Okay, let me enter a string hello, 3 exclamatory marks with a comma, gap, he said and went, star mark at the root of symbol and symbol. Okay, see the output, that is hello, he said and went. I mean from the string that I have entered, all the punctuation characters are removed. Similarly, this logic is true for any of the string that you try. Thank you all for watching.